What does a title company do? Well, a title company issues title insurance. So in incident to or as a result of issuing title insurance, they must prepare all the necessary documents to convey title. Now, title insurance is where the title has been examined by looking at the records, and then once they've examined it, they determine if there is any liens or encumbrances such as easements or restrictions or judgments. And most people are very concerned about getting a clear title. Well, clear title means to most people that there are no judgment liens against the property or other kinds of liens. So the title company, through their underwriter, has the title examined, and once they have the title examined, they issue what they call a title commitment, and it says that we will insure the title to so-and-so, which is usually someone who is buying the property under a contract. So if Mr. and Mrs. Jones are buying a piece of property or have a contract to purchase it for, say, $100,000, the title commitment would read to John Jones and Mary Jones, and that would show that it would be issued for $100,000. It would commit to issue a title insurance policy free of any particular liens against the property. And so the first page would indicate the amount, and then they would show the legal description. The second page is called Schedule B1 on the commitment, and it would outline what would be necessary in order to have the title insurance issued. And first off, it would say that you got to pay the money. Secondly, it's going to say that you need a deed from the present owner to whoever's purchasing it, to Mr. and Mrs. Jones. Then the other requirements may require that the existing mortgage be paid off out of the from the closing before they could issue a title policy. It would also say that we may need to get an estoppel or a statement from the homeowners association or associations to see if there's any unpaid association dues. If there's any judgments outstanding, they would say that these judgments need to be paid for us to issue a title policy. If the property is in the name of a decedent, the title commitment under Schedule B1 would call for a probate proceeding. So Schedule B1 are all the requirements that must be fulfilled in order to issue a title policy. Then you turn to Schedule B2, and that's a schedule of encumbrances that are that you will receive the policy, such as various restrictive covenants. Particularly if you're buying a condominium, it'll have the entire condominium. If you're buying through a homeowners association, it'll say what the restrictive covenants are and reference them as where they're recorded in the public records. Usually with a closing, as far as a residential closing where someone's buying a house, they'll delete what they call standard exception, two standard exceptions. One is rights of claims of parties in possession, because the buyer will be getting the keys at closing. The other one that is deleted often is if you delete the unrecorded liens. In Florida, anybody who provides material or services to a particular property has 90 days in which to file their claim of lien. So it will insure against unrecorded liens that have occurred in the last 90 days. So once all the requirements have been satisfied and everything's been signed, and the title company then takes the money from the closing that they get from the buyer, and then they pay off the mortgages, they pay whatever they need to satisfy all the requirements under Schedule B1 of the title insurance, and then they will issue the title policy. The title policy then ensures the buyer, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, who purchased the property, that they have what they call marketable title to the property, meaning that there are no outstanding liens against the property, or there's no encumbrances or easements or restrictions unless there is shown in the schedule which was referred to in the commitment as Schedule B2. So what does a title company do? A title company issues title insurance. They usually also you are usually the closing agent, meaning that they're the ones that handle the money and prepare all the documents necessary in order to have the title insured, and they're authorized to do that. I'm a title agent. I'm an attorney title agent, and so I issue title insurance. And so if you come to my closing in my office and I try and be at the closings, I try and explain any of the exceptions or try and talk to you about your title insurance policy and show exactly what the exceptions are, such as restrictive covenants. So if you're selling your real estate, and I compete with other title companies as far as price is concerned, and believe that we provide good quality service, timely service, and you also get the benefit of me throwing kibitzing as far as what the law is or explaining certain things at the closing table. So if you sell your property and you need a title agent or you want me to close the transaction, you merely need to tell your realtor that you would like to see how much it would cost for the law office of Waller and Mitchell to be your title insurance agent and close your transaction. And you don't necessarily need to pay me an attorney fee, but I'll just close the transaction as a title agent and closing agent for the title insurance premium. So when you sell your house, well, give me a call at 727-847-2288, and I'll be glad to write the title insurance for you and also answer any questions. Thank you for calling.